Hey guys, Garo97 again, once again with some more new loot. And this time it's the combined new loot from this month and last month. Just, haven't really had a lot of time. But let's immediately get started with the newest ones, the 1/100 scale Dijeh from the Reborn 1/100 line. And quickly open it up. The one thing I was wondering about the most is how they were going to get the head to move, because when you look at the box art, it has these hoses running down his neck, and since this is supposed to be master grade quality, I'm hoping for quite a bit of movement. Also, something they mentioned on the box is that the left shoulder is a weapon rack, which leads me to believe that this model kit will be able to hold on to... Yeah, what is this? Oh, the sides of the, well, wing things like that. That is good. I was also wondering about that. That's cool. And as I was saying, I'm thinking that means that he's going to be able to mount the, I think it was going to be Bandai exclusive Hyper Mega Launcher. That's going to be released for the Hyakushiki, which would be a cool feature. Unfortunately, Bandai. Very odd green. Reminds me of the green of the old Dogen Wolf kit. And, ooh, very nice amount of marking stickers. Lots of Amuro ones. Carva Air Force. This is looking very, very nice. And manual. Yep. And I'm really happy that the Dijeh finally got a modern kit, because it's one of these models that has been disregarded for so long. And when you think about it, I mean, it's piloted by Amuro Ray, and it's been inspired by the Gelgoog. That's like a super awesome combo, but for some reason, nobody never really seemed to care about the Dijeh, despite being piloted by one of the most popular Gundam pilots ever. Up next, the gun cannon, the Revive model. And to be honest, the gun cannon wouldn't really be one of my first models to pick if I had to revive any models. But looking at what this thing has to offer, I'm definitely getting excited for this. Because from what I've seen, he has double jointed elbows, he's finally getting a clear visor, which is... well, I would say my main problem with the older kit, but at the time it was kinda understandable that he didn't have a clear visor, because that really wasn't a thing back then yet. But also they're including 203, which I think was that awesome gun cannon from the 0081 game that jumped on the shield of that Gelgoog, and that was really an awesome gun cannon. And I think he was more badass, unfortunately, than Hayato and Kai ever really were in the original Gundam series. Because all I seem to remember from Kai is this, which is also something model kits really like to remind us of. But the odd thing is, these hands don't seem to be as actiony as the ones with the older one. But you can definitely see that the articulation has been improved. Somewhat he can kneel. That I'm not really sure the old gun cannon could do that, but it was fairly articulated for the time, though. Another kinda revive. Zaku 2 high mobility type, Gaia and Mash type. And from what I've seen from these Zakus is, man, they are amazing. And it's only Gaia and Mash, so I'm absolutely expecting Ortega's machine to be released very soon. Really like that they're finally using the shoulder armor to store stuff on in a more logical way. Sure, the high mobility types had like the weird clamp thing that would store the bazooka on there, but storing the ammo rounds on them just makes a lot more sense. And oh yeah, because one of them had double shield, but that doesn't... Now I'm actually not sure. Let's see. That doesn't look like the right color for either of them. Huh. Yeah, because the other one is definitely dark. The only thing on here is the shield. Why is that a different... That doesn't make a lot. Ah, man, that would be a bummer. Well, that's kind of killing that. I mean, why? Is his shoulder supposed to be that... Oh, no. They did it because the shoulder's supposed to be that. Wait, no. That shoulder is dark as well. I'm confused. Let's move on. And hope that kind of fixes it. Like, but here's the shoulder black again. That's just... What? And is that... Alright, we're getting 3 shoulder shields, but both of them are supposed to be black. I think, right? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be black as well. Ah well, moving on. I guess it's just there for being there. Another Zaku. Char's Zaku 2 from the origin. And what I've seen from this model kit was absolutely amazing. For starters, the color is simply gorgeous. And this is the color I would pick for a Char mobile suit. Like dark red and even darker red. Like this really badass red. And then kind of subdued rusty red. That's really cool. It still has that red touch to it, but it's not too vibrant. And well, as far as you want to go for a War Machine in red, I think this is a very good choice, and this red looks absolutely amazing. And combined with the articulation this machine has, I think this is no doubt going to become my favorite Char Zaku for quite a while now. Talking about the origin, of course also got the gun tank, something I really wasn't that excited about because, well, it looks a bit ugly. I'm not gonna lie, this gun tank looks pretty damn ugly, and like, what the hell is that supposed to be? Some kind of giant fuel tank? Well, I know that the original gun tank had 2 of these, which were supposed to be like thrusters or something, or maybe cooling devices. That would make sense, a giant cooling device. The one fun thing is, you can buy a lot of gun tanks, and you have a lot of different markings for the gun tanks. That is pretty wild. What I am surprised about is that these are the only marking stickers you're getting, and this is essentially a tank. So I would have expected a few more decals to go on it, like a bigger Earth Federation symbol or something. But oh well. And different from the original gun tank, the tank treads aren't separate, they're just molded together, which is a bit unfortunate. I kind of like that little gimmick the original gun tank had going in 1/44 scale, that the threads were actually in rubber. But then again, I guess molding them in plastic makes them fall more realistic as well. With the plastic, it just, even though it's soft plastic, it doesn't sink in, so it's still kind of straight. So well, I guess in that way, it will look somewhat better. Just got the manual. Also, for anyone who hasn't seen the OVAs yet, go ahead and watch them. The OVA. Go ahead and watch it right away. For all I care, stop this video, go watch the OVA, and come back. As the first episode was really amazing. Victory 2 Assault Buster Gundam. And essentially this model kit will be able to make you 4 versions of the Victory 2 Gundam. The normal Victory 2, Victory 2 Assault Buster Gundam, Victory 2 Assault Gundam, and Victory 2 Buster Gundam, because all of those forms are different ones. Did they show separate forms on here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. And the cool thing is you can just buy yourself an extra Victory 2 Assault Buster Gundam, another Victory Gundam, and then you can have all the different combinations. Unfortunately, we're getting the cheapo gold here. And I just hope it's not going to suffer from remold sickness too badly. I mean, I just hope that gold isn't any kind of indication of the quality that is to come. And, oh boy, we're getting a big sticker sheet. That's not always a good sign. And, ooh, what's in here? Blu-ray set, probably horribly overpriced as these Blu-ray sets tend to... Holy shit! 34,000, like... Moving on, we have P Bandai, because you can waste more money on stuff. This manual, whoa, like I'm genuinely taken aback by the price. What the 34,000 yen, that, and from what I've been able to, that wasn't even the entire set, that was like half of it. 34,000, who the hell pays that much, even if it is a Blu-ray? Let's quickly get rid of this and move on and think happy thoughts. And the final new model kit I got, is a re-release of the Dagram. It is an advanced kit, X number 02, because the first X was the Gorchima Battalion. I have to say, this is a really artsy box. I kind of like it. It has like that old school feeling, and it really goes well with the contents of the box. But unfortunately, as far as I can tell, it is essentially just the original Dagram remolded in a different color. So they probably haven't fixed any of the problems the original Dagram suffered from, which were annoying. But it's still going to look pretty damn awesome. And I have to say, these colors really look a lot more militaristic rather than the very striking blue and white Dagram. You know, kind of similar to how a Gundam looks. And now you might be wondering, for people who know anything about the Dagram kits, why this thing is 100 yen more expensive. Well, not only are we getting a manual, we are also getting a modeling guide. For 100 yen, you get an A3 piece of cardboard. It's cool they included it, but really, to charge 100 yen for a remold and then just include this. I mean, I might be wrong, and maybe there is something different about this, but I just haven't been able to tell just by taking it out of the box. And as far as I can tell, all these pieces are just identical. And I highly doubt the shoulder popping out issue is going to be solved by just remolding it and trying to make it better with the polycaps or something. I don't know. But so far, it feels a bit cheap to ask 100 yen more for a piece of cardboard, an A3 piece of cardboard, with information you could have just gotten off the internet. Unless, no, these are just the exact same decals, and it's not even like there's, nope. It's not even like they included rub transfer ones for that 100 yen extra. This is just one piece of waterside decals. But I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun building this Dagram one. Because hey, getting them in more realistic colors is something awesome, which is really something Gundam should be doing as well. Like, I don't care if it's considered non-canon or whatever. Like an EX, I was going to say an X series. We already have that in Gundam. Like, bring back the, what were the old ones called? The realistic ones. Yeah, I think that was like the realistic series. In the old 1/100 scales, they had them in more realistic color schemes. So that's really something Bandai might want to consider, but then again, they're probably going to do it in P Bandai. Up next, we have the Hazel Custom. And well, the Hazels, they're all awesome, except for the hands. Other than the hands, these are really some nice model kits. As always, this thing is going to be very nicely detailed, great articulation, and hands that are going to need super glue. And they're teasing models they never released. Then again, how easy would they be to... Oh no, wait, that one was released. Let's see. They should really release the RGM 79CR. The high mobility... Yeah, that's the high mobility type Gym Kai. That's a really sweet thing. And it was developed into the Gym Sniper 3. Hold up. And now the next few models are models I already had, but the thing is, I ordered these in like the final days of the sticker sheet promotion that was going on. Unfortunately, it looks like I was just a few days short. Unfortunate, but hey, stuff happens. So I got 2 more Zaku ones. It's really black TriStars, and for the price that the Zaku ones retail at, which is only 1,000 yen, you might as well buy 3 of them. Awesome, as always. And really, in Hyakushiki Century, the original Zaku 1 model kit is still one of my favorite Zakus of all of Hybrid Universal Century. It's just amazing how good the articulation is, how good they look. Awesome, oh, I think I'm saying a bit too much awesome. Fantastic accessories. Overall, it's a really sweet model kit, and I can highly recommend anyone to go out and buy at least one of these Zaku ones. Another one that never hurts to have multiples of is the Ailstrike Gundam. Say of seat whatever you want. You can't really say a lot of bad thing about their mech design. The strike is awesome. And I still have some custom kits hanging around to have fun with a backpack for this thing. And one thing's for sure, the old Strike was definitely one of the machines that needed an upgrade the most. Along with the Freedom, which is finally getting one. And just as with the Ailstrike Gundam, the new Freedom looks a hell of a lot better. And the final model kit I got this time around is, well, kind of talking about ugly models, Sanjuro. Not gonna lie, this thing looks stupid. But it was on sale, and let's see, it comes with the shield, which is essentially why I eventually decided to get it, because, well, it's a Metabots model kit, it comes with a cool part, and it was on sale, which is also a very important piece. But the thing is just, it seems like these Metabot designs have been getting more and more ridiculous over the years. This one's part of the shield, the katana. Maybe I can do some kind of custom with it. Like, one thing I've really noticed is the original designs, like Rakusho and Metabi, they were awesome. Then the next designs, some of them were made more awesome, like Similidon's upgrade, or Warbandit's upgrade. And then Metabi's upgrade, he didn't look better, but he didn't look worse either, so that was like neutral. And then Rakusho's upgrade rocks, essentially the same thing, like not better, not worse, but then when you hit like Sanjudo or Gun Nose or whatever the hell was that remake of the very first game, that was horrible. And the horsey isn't colored, and we don't seem to get any stickers either. Maybe in... Nope. Well, that's a bummer. One of the reasons I got the model kit, and the horse isn't even colored in. Like, wait, the base of it was white, so why didn't they just make the horse here a hole, and... yeah, have it come through here. They could have just done that. So not only is the design of the Metabot a bit off... There's something in here. Not a sticker sheet. But it looks like the design of the model kit itself leaves a bit to be desired. And like... yeah... Somehow looking at it now, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look, but still, not a huge fan of him. Whoa, and I almost forgot to mention this little guy. 1/100 scale monster rate Hyakushiki, which I have been building. The thing I want to say about this is that I feel like the color, the gold finish, isn't equal everywhere. It's like some parts are more of a dark gold, while other parts seem to be almost silver. Exaggerating, but you kind of get what I'm getting at. And the thing is, it's especially noticeable when you're up close in and when you're building it, and all of a sudden one of the pieces is the dark gold, another piece is the very light gold. Like, let's see if I can actually get it to show on camera, because I'm not really sure the camera's really going to want to pick this up as much, because I also try to like match up the darker parts with the darker parts, but like, yeah, I don't think the camera's picking it up that well. But it's definitely something I noticed, and it did get a bit on my nerves as I was building it, because you know, you'd be assembling it and suddenly you'd notice that you like have some kind of color mess going on there with dark parts and light parts that should be the same color. So that is a slight annoyance about an otherwise really nice kit. Another annoyance is that I can't get these two fangs too close over the cockpit. They open up every time, and every time I get them closed, they just come apart again. Like, it's like Char doesn't, I mean, it's like Quattro doesn't want the extra protection of the chest fangs. Oh well, that is not Char for you, I guess. And that's all for the model kits I got, but I also decided to get some more Gundam stationery. This time, Char's Zaku 2 custom notebook, I guess, and really like the rubber band here. Shine is really gorgeous, and I have to say, for just a normal notebook, I really like the overall look of this thing. Really nice, shiny red, and this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and I can definitely see myself getting some use out of this. And it is one of those, I think this is refillable, I'm not sure. I don't actually know if these are refillable or not. Would be cool, because then I can keep on using this, but it does look like a pretty standard size, so that would be awesome. Putting this aside, the final thing I got is the Gundam folder sheet thing. Really nice metallic finish, and it does seem to screw a bit with the camera's lighting, but I'm trying to get like that. And well, it's just a very nice practical thing, nice and shiny. Well, it comes with the information and the back, plain and simple Earth Federation Space Forces. Now, unfortunately, thank you. Unfortunately, I also wanted to get the Hyakushiki version, but it turns out that it went out of stock. And the thing about that is, this was a good example of HLJ's improving customer service. The thing was, it went into my private warehouse, but it turns out that unfortunately there was some kind of problem, and even though it was in my private warehouse, I didn't actually, they ran out of stock when I went to have mine shipped. And they contacted me with a really nice email, like humors that they were running around trying to look for it, and they would contact me back in 2 or 3 days whether they found it or not. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find it, but what they did offer me was, of course, my money back, all 300 yens of it, and they also gave me a 20% discount voucher on any future order, which was really nice of them to do. And the thing is that, well, the reason I brought this up is that they have improved on their customer service, because I remember a few years ago, I don't even remember which figure it was I ordered, but essentially I pre-ordered it, and a little bit later it came in stock, but it was one of those figures, like I said, I don't remember which one it was, but it was probably like the top anime at the time, because I remember it just came in stock and immediately went discontinued. It was like, it came in, bam, discontinued, and I thought, I have it, but it's just kept there, saying discontinued, and never got a real confirmation email. And eventually I contacted them like, hey, is this thing still coming in stock or not? And that was like over a week later, and at that time the only way I could still get that figure was on eBay for like twice the price. So I really like that they've upgraded their customer service, which is really good. Like shopping with them, and that was just a really nice gesture this time around. And then the final new thing I got, feel like mentioning, is Gundam Seed Battle Destiny for the Vita. Unfortunately, it seems like the Vita is kind of dying. It's been recently announced as a, what they call it again, a legacy system. Well, for a legacy system for anyone outside of Japan, because apparently in Japan is doing a hell of a lot better than in the rest of the world. And, well, Gundam Seed Battle Destiny, it's not a fantastic game, but it's definitely a lot of fun if it wasn't for a few problems, like locking on seems to be the biggest problem, especially when there's an enemy right in front of you and your auto-lock decides to lock onto everything except for the one that's right in front of you. Or when you're trying to change weapons and it doesn't want to change weapons because it uses the touchscreen, and for some reason the game likes to consider even the slightest move to the left as sliding instead of pushing, and it doesn't recognize a slide for some reason. Well, it recognizes a slide, but when it senses a slide, it doesn't do anything. I don't get that system at all. Nonetheless, great game. Well, a fun game for a great system. And that's all for this month's and last month's new loot video. And this time especially, leave a comment down below with which kit you want a review of first, because really I am completely split on what I want to build next. I want to build a Char Zaku too. I want to build the Dijeh to put next to the Hyakushiki. I want to see how good the RX-77 gun cannon is. I want to see if the Assault Buster is going to suffer from remold syndrome. And I want to see now what the Zaku 2 high mobility types different color shoulder shield is up with. I really don't know which one to build first or which one is going to be the most popular with you guys. So leave a comment down below. The one which seems to be the most popular is definitely going to be the one I build and review first. really, it's one of these situations where I can say, like, the Gun Tank early type isn't going to be the first one, Sanjuro isn't going to be the first one, and while the Zakus and Ilstrikes have already been reviewed yet, and Dagram, well, it's just going to be the same old again. The Hazel Custom, well, you know, I'm also looking forward to that thing, because it's a Hazel, and from what I've seen of the Hazels, they're really sweet kits, so that's also something I'm looking forward to building. And then, you know, getting a few more of those Advance of Zeta model kits to make some of the customs, because on some of the boxes bottoms, you actually have some ideas for other Advance of Zeta model kits that haven't been officially released as model kits, but you can make by combining a few, like the head of that one, the body of that one, and I think it's also in some of the manuals. I'm actually not sure if it was in this guy's manual or in the Jim Quells' manual, but I know it's in some of those manuals, so I'm also looking forward to Frankensteining or kit bash. Well, like kit bashing, that's not really... kit bashing isn't really just putting some parts together from model kits that are made to be compatible, but you know what I'm getting at. So that's that. And that brings us to the final question. Which of these should be reviewed next? The Hyakushiki or the Gabera don't count because they're going to be reviewed regardless. The real question is, of these guys, which do you want to be the next one? Once again, leave a comment down below on your favorite one, and the one that seems to be the most popular, gets the most upvotes, gets the most comments, will be the one reviewed next. So that is pretty much everything for this new loot video. As you've probably already noticed, I'm going to be getting a lot more active now, with reviews coming out much more frequent, with at least 2 reviews a week, and I am absolutely talking a minimum here. I'm going to be trying to release a new kind of video at least every other day, and that is something I'm going to be keeping up for quite a while now, because hey, summer vacations hit again. I should be able to keep up this pace until at least somewhere near the end of September. At the rate I'm going, that should be no problem whatsoever. So look forward to a couple of months filled with reviewing madness. So hey, even though one of these guys might not be upvoted immediately, don't worry about it. You'll get them sooner or later. And well, that's all for this video. See you guys next time, real soon. This is a Zaku boy.